The courtroom was packed to the brim. Journalists scribbled frantically, cameras clicked, and spectators leaned forward eagerly. It was a trial of the year, a brutal murder that had gripped the entire city. At the center of it all stood Darius Cole, a thin black man with worn-out clothes and a weary face. He was accused of killing a wealthy businessman. The prosecutor, a slick, confident man named Victor Harlan, strutted before the jury with the swagger of someone already certain of victory. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice smooth as silk, "what you see before you is a cold-blooded killer, a man who thought he could escape justice because of his silence." A ripple of laughter spread through the audience. People smirked at Darius, whispering insults. Even the judge gave a subtle smile when Darius nervously stumbled over a response. He remained quiet, staring at the floor. To the world, he looked broken, defeated. Then everything changed. The defense attorney, a young woman named Elena Price, stood. Her calmness contrasted the room's smug energy. "Your Honor," she said, "before we proceed further, I'd like to submit a piece of evidence overlooked during the initial investigation." She wheeled in a monitor and pressed play. The screen lit up with surveillance footage from a parking lot the night of the murder. Gasps filled the room as Darius appeared on screen, not stabbing anyone, but dialing his phone frantically. The timestamp matched perfectly with the emergency call that had alerted police to the crime scene. "He wasn't running away," Elena explained firmly. "He was trying to help." The laughter stopped. Whispers turned into uneasy murmurs. For the first time, eyes shifted away from Darius. Victor Harlan forced a grin. "Convenient," he sneered. "But one piece of blurry footage doesn't prove innocence. Anyone could have made that call." Elena didn't flinch. "True," she said, "but the footage isn't the only thing." She placed another file on the table. Phone records. The call had come from Darius's exact number. The jury began to stare. The one smug audience shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The image of a helpless man being mocked was quickly unraveling. But Elena wasn't finished. She clicked to the second clip on the monitor. The courtroom fell into absolute silence. There, on the footage, was a man exiting the building where the businessman had been killed. The man's face was obscured by a hood at first, but then, just for a second, he turned toward the camera. The face was unmistakable. Victor Harlan, the prosecutor. The room erupted into chaos. Reporters shouted, spectators gasped, and even the judge slammed his gavel repeatedly, demanding order. Victor stammered, his smooth composure shattering. This is a trick. Fabricated evidence," he barked. But Elena was ready. She revealed yet another piece of evidence, the murder weapon, found not at Darius's apartment as the police had claimed, but in a storage unit registered under Victor Harlan's name. Suddenly, Darius lifted his head for the first time. His voice, deep and steady, cut through the noise. "Tell them, Victor, tell them why you did it." The prosecutor froze. The judge looked at him sharply. "Mr. Harlan, is there something you wish to confess?" Victor's mask crumbled. His hands trembled. And then he broke. He admitted that the businessman had discovered his involvement in embezzling millions from a charity fund. Killing him had been the only way to silence the truth. Framing Darius, a poor janitor who happened to be nearby, had seemed the perfect cover. The courtroom was unrecognizable from minutes before. No one laughed now. Instead, every eye was on Darius, the man they had ridiculed, mocked, and dismissed. The judge declared him innocent on the spot. Guards handcuffed Victor Harlan, dragging him away as cameras flashed. Darius stood tall, his frail figure now radiating strength. He turned slowly toward the crowd that had laughed at him. "Truth doesn't need applause," he said quietly. "It just needs time." For the first time in the city's history, a courtroom trial ended not with cheers or jeers, but with stunned silence and the heavy weight of shame. Because in seconds, laughter had turned to shock, and justice had turned mockery into respect.